I basically spent my summers sitting on a stool and, sitting on a stool and learning as much as I could from people, just listening to what they said, listening to words that came up, listening to how they handled situations. I'd hop on the phone and, at trading desks, you have two phones or you have a phone and a headset. So they'd be on the headset, they'd give me the phone. And so, your job is to try to create value, right? How do you be value added in your seat? So, there's certain times a day where you kind of just back off and leave people alone, but there's other times a day where you're trying to just ask a lot of questions and learn a lot. And there's certain times a day where you're just sitting there and listening.
Mm.
And I'll never forget when I was on the Muni desk, I was sitting with this guy by the name of Paul Farisi. Paul's old school sales guy. And I just remember just sitting on the phone for hours on end, literally would just sit there on listening for hours because he never put down the phone. He was always talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
And then when there was a gap to ask him a question, I just start firing him off. Why'd you say this? What does this mean? How come he's looking at that bond and not this one?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And just start firing off questions. But then there are other times where, I just listen to what they were saying and maybe a question would come up in the conversation and either the salesperson, the trader didn't know the answer. So I was like, this is my opportunity. So I'd put down the phone, I'd run, I'd go get the answer, and I'd come back and I'd tell them what the answer was to show that I was actively listening, not just sitting like this, with, like falling asleep.
Bored, yeah.